What is up, guys? James here from the Light of Riga YouTube channel, and in this video we're going to be taking a look ahead at the month of June for all my Cancer sun sign friends. If you're born between the dates of June 21st and July 22nd, then you are a Cancer sun sign, and this reading is for you. Today we're going to be doing a month ahead look at the month of June, and this reading is going to encompass the past, present, and future energies. It's going to tell us about things to hold on to, things to let go of in the month of June, obstacles you can expect to see, as well as lessons you can expect to learn in the next upcoming month. This is a general overall reading, so it's going to apply in a general sort of way. If you want a more specific reading tailored just for you, where I tap into your energies, click the link in the description and head on over to my Etsy shop, and we can get a personalized reading just for you. But as it stands, this is a general overall reading. I'm going to be using the Druidcraft Tarot, and I would appreciate if you just give me a moment here to center myself and ask the tarot cards a question. What can Cancer sun signs expect in the month of June? Alright, that should do it. Let me cut the deck and deal out this 8-card spread. I think that bottom card may be cut off a little bit. It's the Three of Cups. Alright, so give me just a moment to get an overall view of what's going on here. I do see some major arcana here. Just a couple. Not too many. A good mixture of different energies, different suits, which is good for a well-balanced person. So let's look at these cards individually and see what they're trying to tell us. This first card here represents the energy of the last month, and we have the Three of Pentacles. Yeah, I'm getting the traditional reading of this card. I get the feeling that the month of May is a month that saw you kind of working hard and diligently. It was a busy month, I'm getting the feeling, for a lot of you Cancer sun sign friends, and you had a lot of people watching you, a lot of eyes on you, a lot of people observing what you were doing, for good or for bad, depending which way you want to look at it. But I get the feeling that you were doing your craft, basically, and doing what you do best, and really doing it in a way that people were taking notice of you. So this could be a positive thing or a negative thing, or neither. It could be neutral. It's neutral, obviously, but yeah, I mean, if you want to be noticed, that's great. If you want to be more in the shadows, then not so good. But I do get the feeling that you were appreciated in some way for the work that you do. So yeah, I'm seeing May as a kind of a busy month for you Cancers, more than usual, but in a way that's grabbed the attention of people around you. So take that as you will. This card represents the current, present energies, and we've got the Ace of Wands. I'm seeing that period of work kind of coming to an end, and something new is starting. Some new project or some new venture, some new thing that you can put energy into. And the aces are about new, and the wands are about energy and fire. And I'm getting the feeling that some new project is in the works. I'm getting a strong feeling of nature. So maybe this is a call to nature. Maybe some of you are feeling compelled to go on a trip that exposes you to more nature. If you live in the city, then of course you're probably not getting enough nature in your life, and maybe this is a calling to do so. So I'm reading this kind of two ways. I'm getting the feeling that a lot of you are going to be starting a new project that takes you in a new, different direction than the one that you were working on in May. For others, I get the feeling that you're going to be going out into nature and, you know, just spending a lot of time in nature and kind of recharging, rebooting your whole thing. Because as you know, when we go into nature, we kind of take on the energy of of the natural surroundings, and that's an energy that's very similar to pure love. So that's why you always feel recharged when you spend a lot of time in nature, because you come back absorbing that energy of love and compassion and just natural beauty is what nature kind of exudes whenever you're out in that atmosphere. So yeah, I'm getting the feeling that right now it's kind of a transition time, a lot of new stuff going on, and it could be a new venture or it could be a call to go out into the wild, the call to the wild, so to speak, right? This card here represents the energies of next month, so this will take us into June, and we've got the Four of Swords. Again, I'm getting the feeling of nature, but I'm getting the feeling also of quiet contemplation, kind of reflecting on your life and thinking about where you've come from and where you want to go. So I'm getting the feeling that June is going to be maybe a quiet time for a lot of the Cancer sun signs, for you to kind of reflect on your life and analyze it, and maybe even go inward and get meditative. That's another great reason to go into nature, is it's easier to meditate out there because of the energies of the forest or whatever type of natural setting you're in. You don't get the congestion of all the energies in the city. So I'm getting the feeling that maybe if you are going out into nature, for a lot of you, maybe it's a good idea to kind of get meditative out there and really focus on where your life has headed and where you want it to go. And I'm getting the feeling that June's going to be a quiet, slower month, a month of contemplation, a month of just figuring out what you want from life and where you want your life to go into the future. So yeah, I'm getting the feeling here from this of a progression of things cooling down a little bit as far as being hectic. I mean, there is this new energy coming in, but I think you're going to need some time to process that energy and figure out what it means for you and how you want to proceed through that new energy. This card here represents what to hold on to in the month of June, and we've got the Fool. So if the Ace of Wands is bringing in something new, this card is saying allow that new energy to come into your life. Accept it full bore, full throttle. Step off that cliff, so to speak. And I think that's what this Fool is trying to tell you, is that what you need to hold on to is that adventurous spirit, that ability to take on new things without question, without worry or fear. That's a big thing, I think, whenever new energy comes along. A lot of us will feel fear or anxiety or worry over it, and this Fool card here is asking you to just take that leap of faith, take that step off the cliff, and don't worry so much about falling. Worry more about the present moment and how you're going to tackle this first step in front of you, rather than thinking about the end of the journey that's long from the present moment. So yes, this card is asking you to be adventurous in the month of June, accept new things, and be willing to allow your life to head into a new direction, because I get the sense that's where the energies are kind of taking you in the month of June, is into a new place, a new way. So here we've got the biggest hurdles you can expect to see in the month of June, and we've got the Five of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles is generally about lack, about feeling like you don't have enough, being kind of cast out in the cold, so to speak. And I'm getting the sense that your biggest hurdle is going to be to do away with that feeling, with that energy. Remember that you have everything you need right now to be happy. Anything that you perceive as being necessary for your happiness is illusion. And you have all that you need. You woke up today in a bed, you had food, you had water, you had air, and besides that, there's nothing extra you need to have true happiness. So I think a big hurdle for you in the month of June is going to be realizing that the things that you don't have are not very necessary. And I get the feeling that a lot of you are going to be doting on what you do not have, and doting on what you think you want because you don't have it. And I think that's a negative thing that you're going to have to get over for this month, because, like I said, happiness is already here. It's just a matter of accepting it, basically, of being grateful for what you already have, which is, too much to list. You could spend all day trying to list the things that you have in your life, and you wouldn't be done with it. So shift your focus to that of gratitude for what you currently have. This card here represents what to let go of in the month of June, and we've got the Hanged Man. This guy doesn't know what he wants. He's just sitting there, and I can't think of probably a more contrasting card from the Fool than the Hanged Man. And so this card is asking you to let go of the desire to sit in place. I know that I said the energies of June were going to be moved towards a more meditative state, a place of quiet contemplation and thinking about things. But this card is saying that it's not good to stay there. Allow that energy to wash over you. contemplative, be meditative, but don't stay there. The hangman is a type to stay there. Is it the type to wait until someone pulls him out of it? And I think no one's going to come pull you out of it. I think if you're going to be entering a state of just waiting, then it could be a prolonged state. And so this card is asking you to not wait. Take that step that the Fool suggests you take, and that the Ace of Wands is bringing in. Take that energy and run with it. Don't sit and wait for things to be perfect. So to bring it down into grounded real world terms, it's not going to be perfect, right? We already know that. The Five of Pentacles is telling us that, things are not going to be absolutely perfect for you. And I almost dropped him there. He flew out of my hand. He wanted to. But if you're going to wait for things to be absolutely perfect, you're going to be sitting here upside down for a long time. And so this card is asking you to let go of that. Proceed forward, even though things aren't beautiful, exactly the way you want them to be. So that you're not just sitting in wait, which is no good. This card here represents the energy of the people around you. We've got the Three of Cups. What a beautiful card. I can't think of a better card in this position, in this spread, than the Three of Cups. Basically, the people around you are going to be joyous. They're going to be happy. They're going to be looking to strengthen your friendship by spending time and enjoying merriments with you. So I'm getting the feeling that this is not just friends. This is, friends, family. This is people, co-workers. It's just the people around you are going to be very happy and very festive and looking to build those bonds that they've created with you. So I would say, as a suggestion, to spend a lot of time with the people in your life that you really value and cherish, because they're going to be offering you some good energy this month, in the month of June, and they're going to be there to uplift your spirits when you're feeling down. When you start feeling this Five of Pentacles energy, rather than sitting alone, doting and saying, oh, poor me, I think this card is asking you that, or telling you to go hang out with your friends and family and co-workers and loved ones, and allow their energy to uplift your spirits and bring you out of that funk if you do find yourself in some sort of funk, because they're going to be a-okay this month. The people in your life are going to be very supportive and very happy, and they're going to uplift your spirits when you're feeling down. This last card that's been turned over represents the biggest lesson for the month of June, and we have the King of Pentacles. Oh my. Give me one moment to figure out what this card is telling us. Okay, this card is telling me that the biggest lesson you're going to have this month is to find mastery of the physical world. And what I mean by that is understanding that physical things in this world have their place. And this means not placing too much importance on them, but also not ignoring them. And striking that balance between obtaining stuff and being emotionally fulfilled. I know I'm not explaining that in the best way, but think of the King of Pentacles as a master of his surroundings, a master of business, a master of resources, a master of conservation. And this card is saying that your biggest lesson is that you're going to have to strive for this place in order to proceed in your life. In order to figure out what the next step is, you're going to have to be a master of your surroundings. That means getting your bank account in order, your finances in order, making sure you have everything you need in this life to live, car, food, house, and that sort of thing. And making sure those things are taken care of so that you can afford to pursue your heart's desires, basically. So I think focusing on the physical world might be a lesson that you may need to learn. And just becoming a master of the physical world around you is going to be a lesson that is going to be taught to you in the month of June. So now that we've seen all the cards, let's go back and do an overview and see if we can put them all together. Last month I see, a lot of work being put in, and not just work that feels like it's a grind, but more like creative passions. And you're doing what you love to do and what you're really good at. And since you're doing what you're good at in a way that's creative, I think a lot of people are starting to take notice of you and seeing you in that space of creativity and excellence. And so you're drawing a lot of attention from people. But moving into the present, I'm getting the sense that a new energy is coming in, and I can't say what this is because it's a general overall reading, but for some of you I get the feeling of a new job or a new creative outlet. But for others, I'm seeing as this as a call to go to nature. I'm getting the feeling that a lot of you have spent quite a bit of time away from nature, and it's time to get back to nature to recharge, re-energize. So yes, the current energies are telling you that new things are on the horizon, new things are coming in, and you should really be accepting of those new things. In the month of June, I see a time of contemplation and figuring things out and trying to understand where you are and where you're going. And it's not going to be a hectic month. I don't get the sense that June's going to be hectic for you guys, you Cancerians, because it's going to be a time of contemplation, and it's a time of getting your thoughts in order so that you know which way to proceed, basically. So yeah, June's going to be that type of month, I get the feeling. Not as hectic as May was, probably. What to hold on to is your adventurous spirit, the willingness to take a chance on something, to start something new. You should really embrace that, because since new things are coming, if you're not going to go with the flow of them, if you're going to fight against the new things, then it's going to cause strife in your life, and it's going to, make your life less enjoyable, because you're fighting what is happening. So this card is saying, allow this new energy to come in and be kind of adventurous when it comes to that new energy. Be like a little child who's ready to experience it and is not going to worry about any negative aspects of it, because they're a kid and they have full trust in the universe, basically. The biggest obstacle, the biggest hurdle that you're going to face is the idea that you don't have everything you want, that things aren't perfect. And I think getting over the idea that things have to be perfect in order for you to proceed forward is going to be something that's going to be a challenge for you guys. For a lot of you, again, general overall reading, but for a lot of you, you're going to have challenges with proceeding, even though your ducks aren't all in the perfect little row that you expect them to be. So I think that's going to be a lesson or a hurdle that you're going to have to stumble over, and it's never perfect, is it, guys? Ever. What to let go of is the Hangman, and basically, don't get stuck in a rut. If you're going to be contemplative this month, that's fine, but don't stay in that space, because things need to happen. A new energy is coming in, and take your time on figuring out how to proceed with that new energy, but then take the step. Don't linger in this space of waiting, of limbo, because you could stay there for a very long time, and then you're not progressing and moving forward. So it could be a bit dangerous to stay in that space. The people around you are going to be A1 golden. Go to them whenever you're feeling like things aren't perfect, whenever you feel stress or anxiety. I think the people in your life are going to be very supportive this month, and they're going to be looking to uplift your spirits and uplift your energy when you're feeling down. So if you are feeling down, don't go to your bedroom and sulk, okay, guys? I think this month especially is going to be the time to seek out the comfort of friends and family and relatives and loved ones if you are feeling kind of low, because they're going to, like I said, bring you up. And the biggest lesson you have to learn is mastery of the physical world. Realize that physical things have their importance in this life, and you may have a tendency to put too much focus and emphasis on having these things, as exemplified by the Five of Pentacles. But I think that the lesson you're going to learn is mastery, and realizing the place that they have in a well-balanced, well-rounded life, and realizing that they are important, these things, money, wealth, that sort of thing. They are important, but they're not to be obsessed over, basically, the way that society has trained us to obsess over them. So it's going to be a balance, and I think that's a lesson that you're going to learn in the month of June, is to find that balance, strike it out, I don't know what that means, strike out that balance. Okay, that is going to be the overall reading for the month of June for Cancer. Like I said, this was an overall reading. If you want a more specific reading tailored just for you, then head on over to my Etsy shop, and I've got a bunch of different readings there that you can peruse and find a reading that's going to answer any question that you have. The link is in the description, and we can work together to answer any problem you have. If you got a problem, the tarot's got an answer, pretty much. So go on over there. I would appreciate it, and check things out. If you like this, if you got something out of this reading, then please leave a like. Click that little like button down there, and put a comment in the comment section if you have any questions or you have anything to say about this reading. I love to hear what you have to think about it and how you relate to it or don't relate to it. And of course, subscribe if you want to see more of these videos. I do these Tarotscopes bi-monthly, and I also sprinkle in some other videos throughout the month, so there's plenty to see on this channel. Okay, that was a mouthful. I want to thank you for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed this. Happy taroting. Peace.